Joshua at the time was only 3. And in fact, for the next few months, I remember he'd say, "Daddy, when's Mummy coming home?" And I'd say to him, "You know, Mummy's not coming home." And I knew at that point, I said, we need to do whatever we can in Nicki's memory to ensure that others don't have to suffer like she did. Nicki was a very happy person. She had a lot of very close friends, and she was a school teacher, primary school teacher. She loved life, and more than anything, when we got married and we had our son Joshua, she absolutely adored him and was the most incredible mummy. Nicki presented with the classic symptoms of obstructive jaundice, and for someone of her age, it's more likely than not that it's going to be something like gallstones than pancreatic cancer. So we came back to the hospital for her to have the ultrasound and then the surgery. And something was clearly wrong during the ultrasound because the radiologist went very quiet and then said that you need to have a CT scan. And it happened that I was walking the grounds of the hospital and I bumped into the consultant. And I knew that he would be aware of developments, and I just went up to him and said, "Please tell me honestly, is it cancer?" And he looked at me, and I remember it was almost like his jaw dropped, as in, well, how does he know? How could he possibly know? But he told me, and he put an arm on my shoulder and said, and he nodded. And I remember breaking down at that point. I mean, I suspected, but until you hear those words, you think, oh, maybe there's hope. So I took time to compose myself and went to see Nicki, and I sat down with her and explained, I wanted it to come from me rather than to be told by someone that she didn't know and trust and love. And then when you have that meeting with the consultants and they want to sit down and talk to you, think, okay, well, where are we going here? What is it they're going to say? And when they deliver that hammer blow to you to say, we're really approaching the end now. And that was the stark reality. I'd always held out hope that there'd be further treatments, other things that we could do, and then bringing Joshua in to see her during those last few days. And your world is turned upside down, because then you know that your wife, your loved one, mummy is tragically going to pass away, and there's nothing that I can do about it. But I'll never forget, like on the final day, the day that she passed away on the 11th of November, and she gave me like a huge smile. But we had that moment, that connection at that point, that I knew that she wasn't going to suffer anymore, and I think that she knew. But I think having that special and precious time with Joshua the days before and reading to him on the bed and everything, I was just grateful that she wasn't going to suffer anymore, because it was really horrific those last few weeks. I am 100% confident at that time, had the primary tumour of the pancreas been identified, she would be here today. So I thought, well, what I want us to be able to do would be to help fund early diagnosis research. And really that for me has all been about the partnership and relationship with Pancreatic Cancer UK. They've been absolutely incredible. The Early Diagnosis Research Alliance with Pancreatic Cancer UK, this huge early diagnosis initiative that we are a key part of. And I'm very, very excited about what we've achieved already and know that we've made tremendous strides, but I think the next few years we really are going to see significant improvements, and I know that Nicki would be so proud of what would have been achieved, or what will be achieved. I fundamentally believe that early diagnosis of pancreatic cancer is the answer, and I think what's achievable is a simple test to identify pancreatic cancer tumour at an early stage. Pancreatic Cancer UK, after doing my research, it was quite clear they were the only national charity that was fighting pancreatic cancer on all fronts. And we were able to work with and partner with them, and still to this day do, to assist them with funding early diagnosis research.